For my final project, I wrote a research paper about North and South Korean opinions on reunification from 1990 to the present. My goals were to explain any changes during this time period and better understand how the two Koreas view each other. From 668 AD, when the Shilla unified the Korean peninsula, Koreans were a unified people under a single government for over 1,000 years. In the decades after the 1948 division, desire for unification remained strong in both North and South Korea. However, support for unification has recently declined in South Korea. In the 1990s, 80% of South Koreans still said that unification was essential. By 2011, that number had dropped to 56%. This decline in support can be traced to the younger generations of South Koreans. In the 2011 survey, only 41% of people in their 20s and 20% of teenagers regarded unification as essential. One big reason for this is a change in South Koreans' perceptions of North Korea. One study found that younger South Koreans have shifted from having ethnic national identity to having more civic national identity. This means that they don't value shared history and ethnicity as much as older generations in defining people as Korean. Younger people tend to see North Korea as a foreign country, and North Korean defectors as similar to immigrants from any other country. Interestingly, despite feeling less ethnic kinship with North Koreans, younger South Koreans seem to be more accepting of defectors. Economic concerns are another major reason for decreasing support. Due to the huge economic and cultural gap between the two Koreas and based on the precedent of East and West Germany, estimates of the cost of unification range from $500 billion to several $1 trillion. Some estimates include only capital costs, while other larger estimates include costs of humanitarian efforts, economic stabilization, education, job training, and social integration. North Korean opinions are much harder to accurately determine due to the lack of freedom and transparency in North Korea. However, defectors have said that the majority of North Koreans strongly support unification, especially those in the growing middle class. Defectors have also said that despite North Korean propaganda promoting unification, the powerful elites, including the Kim family, do not actually want unification, afraid that they would be unable to maintain their power. The majority of people in North and South Korea still support unification, but South Korean youth are becoming increasingly indifferent to unification, while the powerful elites in North Korea are also wary of unification. This decrease in support creates yet another barrier to unification in addition to economic and political challenges.